A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Bud Dupree showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4.
And it's 3rd down. 3rd and 13.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And he finds his man. That's Butler. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. 27 yards there, a first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Mariota. And that's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They run with Hunt. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Here comes the 7th play in this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. He's got his man, it's Butler. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Mariota. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Hakeem Butler there to make the grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. That'll be taken in the end zone. And And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at the 20. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger to the right side and complete to Washington. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now it's Roethlisberger. Buying time to his left. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Scrambling not particularly a Roethlisberger strong suit, but he does get the job done there and gets a 1st.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
44. Mike 48.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Hey, Alpha.
2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground.
Wide, get wide. Let go.
Mike 7. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the
Blue draw quarters.
screen. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
Take both of them.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
First carry for James Conner. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
General West. Show that bench release and go. Double bump. Hey, high 7.
Throwing on 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Get ready.
At their own 11-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they'll be looking to make this a two-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Here's Mariota. And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
Watch a slant, watch a slant, watch a slant.
On first down, it's Hunt. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Mariota. And his throw here's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, Mariota. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Ha-Ha Clinton-Dix with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Throwing, Mariota. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And maybe shades in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 3rd and goal, Mariota. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham there to make the grab. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively. Extra point splits the uprights. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And that'll make the score 14-0. Joseph now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
Here we go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 15 yards on the play, first down. you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
On second and 11 now. Roethlisberger trying to lay one up deep. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
One day. Mike 7. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Easy. Double bump.
Here's Roethlisberger. And Jeffrey's got it.
We play to win. Let's go.
Set! Black 80!
The 48 right now. Let's go. I got you.
Snickers, 66.
You're online. You're online, baby.
Alert, alert!
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. It fights him off. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Christian Wilkins able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard.
At the 42-yard line.
77.
Check 48.
Alert, alert!
Check 48. The mark.
On second down, it's Connor. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
44. Hey, Haywood.
From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. He'll get that one complete to Connor. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
Time is a run. So don't say nothing. Watch the safety cream.
They're going to run. Here's Connor. And an alley to run. And down inside the 15 he goes. Facing a fourth down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion. I like that call. I'm assuming you're with me.
I am. I'm totally with you. And to me, they saw something that they liked there. Because, let's face it, it's going to be a mass of bodies. But it feels like the head coach has said, my best runner over my best blocker. Give it to me right now.
And you only needed 1 yard where they were on the other side of the field. Seems like a no-brainer.
If we can't get 1 yard, what are we doing out here?
Looking for Moncrief, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate?
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him down as he takes it up to the 44. A big play that time for Cleveland. 43 yards. Pass incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They run right side with Hunt. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error.
And that's caught inside the 30. And now they are knocking on the door inside Pittsburgh's 10. A big play that time for Cleveland. 72 yards. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Well, that didn't take long. 1 play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. A reminder coming up at halftime, it's the season debut of the coach, Jonathan Coachman, in Orlando, as we look ahead to all the action coming up this opening weekend. And of course, we'll also take a look back at this first half. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They come out here in the I. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Switch up. Check 37. Check 37. One.
Throwing is Mariota. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Hunt. And Hunt is not going to get there. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 4th down, and on is Greg Joseph for the Browns field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. The kick by Joseph is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you get all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision, let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Showing that. One. Three.
Now Mariota. Right side complete to Butler. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
I'm going back to you.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. To the air again, Mariota. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A bad third down mistake there.
Points were already on the board in their mind. And that's the worst part about it, right? Because it's just like in golf. Never count it in the cup until it rolls in there. Otherwise, you can really get messed up with your scores. In this case, you know they thought, hey, at least 3, maybe even a chance to get 6. It's a little bit demoralizing going off the field. Now that you've turned it over and you come up empty.
Yeah, if he holds on to that, at least the field goal on 4th down. Now they lose it. They start the drive with Connor. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On 2nd and 7, Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Jonathan Abram picks it, and his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Come on now, let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Roethlisberger. But he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Roethlisberger now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a first and 10. On first and 10 is counter. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4. At the 14-yard line.
On second down, Samuels. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to lead to a third down.
40. Black 20.
Watch the curl.
Snickers. 66. Black.
On third down, it's Connor. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now a field goal forthcoming for the Steelers.
A 27-yard.
And his kick is indeed good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. Able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. On first and 10, here's Mariota. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 33-yard line.
Here's a second and 2 now from the 33.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
To throw Mariota. Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Ertz has it left side. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Watch out. Where are they, team? Motion. Hey, check motion, man.
Mariota on 1st down. Flush to his right. Incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Mariota. And that is incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. On the return is Jones. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here. 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long. And you know, this is the time of game where these drives really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
Easy.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. And Ingram hauls it in. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. Stiff-armed him. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Browns' 38-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, it's Snell. They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Intended for Evan Ingram. Incomplete.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This from 54 yards away.
54-yard attempt.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Browns drive about to get started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Mariota. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards on the play.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. To throw is Mariota. Caught left side, it's Beckham. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. We got 3. We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
Mariota now. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Now Mariota. It's caught by OBJ. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Mariota going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. This is Hunt. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
On 2nd and 7, Mariota looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Kareem Hunt, his running back, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
3rd down and 7 yards to go.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Mike 27. Mike 27. Mike 27. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Mariota. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Stephon Tuitt, his 2nd sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. On second and 12, Roethlisberger throwing the out route incomplete. It's Washington. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
That's another Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10.
Mike 48, Mike 48.
Hey, foxtrot.
Roethlisberger will throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brian Burns. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
24.
After the sack on first down, Roethlisberger. And he's got room.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game, and so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. On the run, this is Hunt, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple down inside the 35 to the 34. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Pick me up. Here we go. Check.
Where are they, team? One.
Throwing on second and 8. Mariota. This is caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The drive will start with Connor. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Right back to Connor here on first. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Here we go.
That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. On second down, Connor looking for space. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Middle.
Wide motion.
8. No spacing.
Hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go.
5. Block it back.
On third down, Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Check. Monday. Lucky. Check.
Protein spill. Hey.
Banjo.
Show that bench release and go. Black.
They'll try and throw for him with Roethlisberger. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
They'll run on first down. Hunt. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Brings up second and 8 at the Steelers' 14-yard line.
Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for the Browns, they start the season with a great win on the road here in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.